People, people. Hey. So today is today. Hmm? I am back. I am back. I am back. I'm so sorry. Hey. OMG. Uh, Zach is okay. I know you're live. You're premiering. It's okay. My guys could always come back and watch my live. You understand? So it's fine. It's fine. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you are new here, welcome to the Real Things podcast. This is my third attempt at being going live. We are talking about ongoing situation in Nyabo Hanse. Come back and watch on the replay if you can. But for right now, I just have to leave this live here because tomorrow is another day. Um, Let me just do a sound check and make sure that everything is checking, and we will. Yeah, it's like I'm confused at this point. Which live is which? Guys, my guys. Um, Please do come back and watch on the replay if you want because Zach is premiering now. Times are clashing, but it's okay. It's okay. You understand? It's all right. It's all right. Guys could always come back if you want to go and support Zach. Understand? It's all right. It's all right. So, I where I left off on the last part of the live was that it is okay. It is okay for a village boy, our Marwa Goat Matata, to be always wanting to support his villagers. Eh? But at this point, what we're seeing is total destruction, devastation. Everybody for themselves. And it doesn't matter who you help today, who he helped today, how good them come. As he says that they're always coming and saying that they're there to render their services. And then in return, if he speaks, if he tries to address things, it comes back to haunt him. I'm not saying that Marwa doesn't have faults. In the previous live, I stated clearly that there are so many things that needs to be addressed. And them being one of the main one being Marwa waiting too long, waiting for things to get too bad before he deals with it. And it's always after the fact, after the damage is done, and it's going to take too much. You understand? It's going to take too much to fix this. Reason being, even though it is evident now that most people were just there to garner views, build their channel, it is becoming evident, right? Just know that a lot of relationships are being tarnished because even it would have been better for them to stay over the fence and you hail them up, hi neighbor, and you keep going your way, more than you bring them inside of your home, shared so many intimate moments. When we say moment, I mean outside of this, we mean like so many moments with them. You shared your platform, your subscribers. I mean, control, own subscribers, but it is that when you, just like now, okay, just like right now, Zach is premiering, reference point, Zach is premiering, and also I am here struggling to finish what I started. And nobody is coming back because, or nobody might come back until after to watch, to rewatch, because what? We are sharing the same audiences. So Marwa suffers whenever he introduces a new person to YouTube and to his audience. But what he does it selflessly. because it's embedded in his genes to always be a helper. But in the end, what happens? If something is not going according to, how he likes it, or, if things not working in the way how he expects you to behave, if you're not behaving in the way how he's expecting you to behave, and he lashes out, even if it's a million years after, everybody is taking it to be the biggest thing. It's as if he's supposed to take foot, fist, and every shit down his throat, but he's not supposed to defend himself. You have a right to defend yourself. But I'm blaming you for waiting this long for things to get out of control, for your brand to be tarnished, for you now to come off looking like you are the enemy creator number one. Like you is just the guy who go around creating enemies out of everybody. That is how it's appearing. Because what? You're standing up for yourself. You'll finally come out to address the issues that you don't like, that is affecting you. Like I said from the get-go, I said it in the prior live, that conflict of interest begins the very time you introduce those people that you bring in to help around your compound. Conflict of interest begins when you tell them, oh, you could film. Don't do that, because you're no longer is gonna have any privacy. You're no longer gonna have privacy. Yeah. Before I get actually, let me tell you this. Before I get disconnected again, actually, that disconnection was my hand hit something, and this YouTube thing is so sensitive, so it just closed me without even me responding. Before I go any further, watching Gintu's video this morning, it's like it's not an expose. It's not an expose. Gintu came out to debunk what he says are lies. Let me move my hands. Gintu came out to debunk what he says are lies, right? As per him, every man have a right to defend themselves. Every stories have two sides, don't it? So if you're willing to listen to Gintu's story, well, listen to Marwa's story too, vice versa. So I listened to Gintu's story. This man never had, like, to me, even though he came off as hardworking, which I liked, he's knowledgeable when it comes to the fish farming. Number two, yeah, man, blessings. I don't know if you were here before, but we got disconnected like 3 times. So I'm here, but other people are premiering, so hence you don't see much people. They will come back and watch the live on the replay. So he's come out to say some things, and one of the things being, that is Gintu. One of the things that puzzled the heck out of me, in the end, Gintu is saying that if he was a bad person, remember now, he was the same person that told Congrats mom that it is maize that he feeds the fish with, and then he come out to tell us this morning that he lied to Congrats mom just because he never wanted to share his fish farming secret with her. Huh? He's now saying, if I was a bad person, I wouldn't tell them where I get my fish feed from. Also, there is this one thing about the fishes that he has, about the fishes that Ayamarwa has. There is this one thing, and all it takes is one drop of that thing in the water, in the fish pond, and all his fishes will be dead. Marwa, seriously, get some serious security on your premises. You understand me? And I'm looking in the camera. See, if somebody that you ate with, that you gifted, that shared your space, you call a friend, is gonna say that because you decided that you no longer want them to be part of your plot, platform members, like you don't want to share members, you've asked your subscribers to move from them because they aren't no clean, because you spoke to them about bringing your business too much to the public, that person is going to come out and say that it takes one drop of this thing in a bottle to throw in your fish pond and all your fishes will be unalive. Marwa, guys, if you don't believe me, go and listen to that live, that video that we're going to put up. This is bad. Marwa has gotten angry like a few times and said some things in defense of himself about people and karma. He has a right. But I've never really heard Marwa saying anything about poisoning and the likes. This is bad. Now you know, now you understand what people were saying when they say that it is time for you to get serious and stop with this Villa YouTube channel for this person. None of them have no good intentions for you, my bro. None. At the end of the day, when you share subscribers, when you share supporters, what happens? And it's not that you're greedy. It is that your growth becomes stagnant. And the influence, like some of the things I don't even want to say. So it is time for you to seriously understand that, Marwa, if somebody can say that they can poison your fishes, all it takes is one drop of a particular liquid or a particular thing, and all your fishes will be dead. That person you have to be afraid of, extremely be afraid of. That person you have to be extremely cautious of. And the sad part about it, these are the people who you claim to be your villagers. And you claim to be, oh, I love them and I can't leave them behind. Sometimes even the Bible says for use wisdom. Use wisdom. And at this point, if you are going to continue with this trend, these are the people that are going to take you to your grave. Use wisdom. You understand? Now, Wagwan, my brother. Blessings, blessings. Blessings. Use wisdom. Gintu is a hard worker. We've seen him work. Yeah, all of that. We've seen him and the likes. But if you are corrected, okay, so he told you before, Barwas told you before that, yeah, you could go ahead and film. But he came back later to correct you about the content that you're filming. And you still kept on doing your clickbaiting, doing your thumbnails, doing your clickbaiting, and he's upset. Even though he's taken months before or weeks before he approached you. No, it's not weeks, it's months. Before he fully approached you, he waited too long, even though he's waited all this time. Even though the damage is done. All right, he still came out. He said, brother, you're not listening. I told you not to film, or you film without my consent with a broken wall. And you know how these people, I mean, the collapse wall, you know how these people are when it comes to my home, when it comes to this kind of content that you guys are putting out there. I don't think you should take offense. If he said, well, at this point, you're going to have to leave because you are the ones that are actually helping these people, these naysayers to tear me down. I'm going to ask you to leave. Even in the case of Mogisi, we're seeing him now coming out to say that, yes, Marwa gave them an opportunity to film, told them to film, and yes, Marwa told them that he would pay them for this, this and this, but then he kicked them out. That story keeps going. It's a ever evolving story, constantly. Like each party that comes through is having the same lines. So would Maro just sit down there and lie to the whole world to say that he never? I'm trying to figure this out. What would make him sit there and lie to the whole world that he's never told you? You guys never came and asked. I know that in a situation like that, he asked Gintu to assist with the fish because he was even on camera. I know about that. So Gintu, if oh Boaz, thank you for coming back. Thank you. So in a situation where he came and said, guys, I don't like the content that you're putting out and please stop filming, or if not, then just leave my property. If he finally came out and said and stand up like a man, and the man that he should have been all the time, and tell her, just go out to the business because you now listen and you still keep putting that kind of content out there, well, just leave. Well, leave in peace. Leave in peace. And if he's been asked by his subscribers to tell them what really went on with you guys, I think he owes them that much. I think he owes them that much. I mean, he really didn't have to tell them everything. He doesn't have to tell them every single intimate detail. But I think he owes his subscribers some kind of explanation to even say, well, this and this and this. This is really what happened because now I'm getting the time to sit down and discuss with you guys this and this and this. But you guys are free to make the thumbnail, free to do the titles. And then when he comes out to clear himself and to speak for himself and to defend himself, it's a problem. Well, in this case, I'm saying that all parties involved are free to express themselves and listen, because every story has two sides. All parties involved. But while you guys are at it, please be mindful that you were no longer at the villa. And based on how things went down, because you guys were like basically, told not to film and you still film, and then he asked you guys to leave. Based on how you guys parted, he's gonna be upset if you continually to use his name, even though I really didn't like, even in the case of Gintu, I really didn't see like some of the titles lately. Maybe somebody was talking to him about the titles. He was kind of coming around and be a little more softer with the titles and the clickbaits. But if he says don't use his name and don't use his title and say, well, you're not welcome back because based on how y'all behave, nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. Every time that Marwa come to defend himself, people take up issue with the situation. Nothing is wrong with that. Another thing, let me like many other things. So you in closing with your video, like, let me clear myself. As I was saying, like in your closing part of the video, when you said that if you were a bad person, you wouldn't have showed them where you're getting your fish feeding from, and that there is something that you could just throw one drop in the water and all his fishes will be dead. Gintu, that can be used against you in court. That's evidence right there. And you better pray that not even one drop or one thing happened to those fishes, because they're gonna come for you. So careful. I know you're angry, but you cannot be, because you were doing some things, and you were being connected and corrected, and now you're acting like a spoiled child. You understand? You're acting like a spoiled child. Hey, ja, you guys come out to spill tea this morning, buddy. Well, I'm drinking water because I don't want no tea. It's too hot. Hey, it is too hot. And to consider the fact that you told Congress mom that it's corn, it's maize that you feed the fishes with, and lied to her face, and turn around and said that the reason why you did that is because you don't want nobody taking your job, knowing your trade, your what it is. You don't want nobody knowing how you do your trade, whatever the word is, your craft, how you do your fish farming. So that is why you lied to her about feeding the fishes. And then when they fed the fishes with the maize, and you came out, ammonia attack. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Like all the other people that Marwa discussed yesterday, at this point, honestly, I don't know. He spoke also about I'm gonna skip over some of the people because some of them really not relevant. Some of the things them right now not even relevant. Them thing they done and gone. You understand? He spoke about even I'm actually trying to read my thing. What? He also spoke about Mama Ann's behavior, right? And again, he was saying that she's not really like she was not really being truthful. He also spoke on the fact that she took monies. Okay, so the YouTube family came together apparently and contributed to building two businesses. One for Baba Ann. I remember the one for Baba Ann and the one for Mama Ann. And apparently, as per Marwa, Baba Ann saved up his money, but then Mama Ann ran her business into the ground. All Marwa said was he does not like Mama Ann's behavior. She's not truthful. That was what he was saying. And if you've introduced somebody on your platform asking for help for them, and they're coming off as this with this kind of behavior, wouldn't you also be angry? Won't you also be disturbed by the individual's behavior? Hmm? And then they keep coming back begging for help. You teach. He tried to give them his support, his contributors, his supporters helped to build this property, to build this house, took them out of the muddy house. He went back to his supporters again and beckoned for them to help to give them the business so they don't have to when he's not there, when he's away. I remember even the little young daughter came and with a letter begging for help for school fees. As a mother, I would never have let my daughter gone to a man asking for money. Yeah? But knowing that Marwa is in a better position than how, many of them are, I guess I felt a little okay. I felt a little relieved. But as a mother, I would not have done that. Huh? But it is help. And Mara rendered help where it was necessary. Guys, like it is just too much. At this point, all I have to say is, when will enough be enough? When? When will it be? Yeah. So he's helped the daughter with school. He's helped the mother, like even not physically from his pocket, but those are his supporters. He went to them when they could have been supporting him, when he could have been selfish and said, oh no, let them figure it out. They're husband and wife, they're a family. He went as a humble village boy, wanting nothing but good and better. If you see somebody that you've helped, even at the fence, the borderline talking with, at the fence line talking with your enemy, an enemy that you have down the road, wouldn't you be pissed? And I'm using this right now in the case of the fence situation where Mara was saying that all of this is stemming from something. You don't just see people get up overnight and do things and try to cover it. What he's trying to let us know that it is coming from something. because they've been asking for help again, but he refused because he has equipped them already enough with what it is that they need to help themselves in life. You know, the other day there was a situation in Jamaica, and they have this guy, the social media guy, influencer, and he was walking past a place. His vehicle break down, and he was walking past a place, and he saw a man with a little child, and the little child's hair was looking. It was a good while now, maybe about a year, 2 years back. The little child's hair was looking so dirty and disgusting, like it's never combed for about 2 years. A lot of us was on the live, and I texted the guy and I said, can you ask for some information so I can send this family to my sister, who is a hairdresser and also a teacher, to help. I will correspond with my sister with regards to whatever money expenditure. And you know what the guy responded to me and tell me? I've helped those people enough. But they just keep coming back. So at this point, I am going to say no. I felt so bad. You know why? Because a child was involved. But when you look back at it, when he explained to me, it's like these people were just squandering the flipping monies and the contribution when they get it. They weren't thinking of tomorrow. So he refused to help. Like I'm saying, don't blame Marwa. So Marwa is only sending a message to let us know that the perimeter wall issue is not just coming from a perimeter wall. The wall needs to be shifted. It is coming from deep within. That is my take. That is how I understood what Marwa was getting at. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah? In the meantime, guys, please leave a like on the live. I know we're few in numbers right now because I've been disconnected so many times. We've tried, but I had to get it out because I don't want to be dealing with this again tomorrow. I don't. I don't. It's too much. It is too much. So if Marwa said that he does not like her behavior, anybody could say they don't like Congressman behavior. I don't think Marwa could be a bad person to say, I don't like that lady's behavior. She's not honest. Is there a crime in saying that someone is not honest? How many times I've heard people saying that, oh, Marwa is a scammer. Marwa is a thief. Marwa is a liar. Man, I don't see anything wrong in saying that someone is not honest because he's tried with these people numerous times, but yet they are never seeming to be satisfied. That he said. He also spoke of how the Mama Ann actually squandered her business money. She ran the business into the ground, squandered the money, and then went and collected the one that the husband was saving. Okay, as a man seeing a woman taking advantage of another man, you're gonna feel bad. May understand, man gonna take up for man. Yeah, just like us women, when we see other women being like mistreated or mistreated is the word by other by men, we are going to say things. I'm going, Lord, that don't look good. That's so on and so forth. So I guess in this part, he's just saying basically what she did was wrong. But that's a husband and wife. That should have been their business. But he, knowing that he came, invested his time, borrowed, lend his not even not go so. But I'm just saying, loan her his supporters. Because when he does that, he's left behind. People has to stretch out this way, that way, and that way because there's no too many people to support. That is what is happening. So he has a right to get angry. But in the case of like it's really a husband and wife, whatever happens in the home, well, it's their business. I understand all of that. There are lines, there are boundaries. But he's invested. He was involved. He was the one who brought them to that place of getting a business, so on and so forth, because he had his subscribers and supporters donated to building those two businesses. He had all right to say how he felt about the situation because he was involved. All right. So if he said that he doesn't like her behavior, Mama Ann's behavior, me not see nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing, absolutely. He also spoke on the fact that he took it to heart, Baba Ann took it to heart after he found out that his monies were missing or were taken by the wife. And, he was in the process of unaliving himself and he had to be helped. Hi, Brenda. He had to be helped by villagers. Yeah, it is sad indeed. But sometimes, who in the kitchen is who feels the heat. Meaning, Marwa is who they will call for help if they need help because they see him as the rich brother. They see him as the rich neighbor, rather. The rich neighbor that always comes to the assistance, that always come to help. And if he's been heckled for money, heckled for help, he has a right to say how he feels about the situation. And for those who not contribute nothing, shut up. Let him speak. Because it's his mouth have to foam from side to side on his platform, begging, doing auctions for donations for them. Yeah? When you're done, on turn around and call him even scammer and say how he embezzling money from the people them and yada yada blah blah. Come on, guys. And Marwa still continues to help. Some of you want to talk about where Marwa's ass kissers. Run away. Oh no, run away. When you say wrong, say wrong. I know you've heard me saying earlier that Marwa is to be blamed for sitting and waiting for these people to tarnish him, only to come this time when damage is already done. That's me. I say how I see. You're right, you're wrong, you're wrong. You have your brand to protect it. Don't let them step up on you. And those same people are gonna turn around and say, oh, he's too cross, he's too antsy, he's too this and that, he's too defensive. I bet you, if he comes again in defense of his brand and himself, the story is going to be attack Marwa, attack Marwa. He's this, he's that, he's too this, he's too that, and he's forgetting where he's coming from, yada yada blah blah. For instance, how many times have you people heard them saying that he only pays attention to outsiders? At this point, I want to shout so hard, right? At this point, if he's only paying attention to outsiders at this point, he has all right. You know why? Because it is you, same people, who are tearing him and to pieces. Look around. Why did he have to come to the internet yesterday? Why did he have to come to the internet yesterday after so many months, hoping that you guys are going to stop one day? Oh, let them stay. Let them be. Don't pay them no mind. But it got too much. It is you, same people, had to let him come in defense of his brand, himself. And when he speaks, oh, he's this. He needs to stop lying. Well, I wasn't there when all of the deals were going down. I wasn't there. But based on what you guys are saying, oh, stop lying. So what? He doesn't have a right to tell you stop using his name for clickbait. Be authentic. It's gonna kill you. He's actually giving you guys good advice, because one day, people are gonna get so frustrated knowing that you guys are doing all of this for clickbait. Marwa this, Marwa that, Villa Medellin, oh Marwa village, the villagers of I am Marwa village. People get tired. People get tired. Yeah? People get tired. Hey, let me not distract myself. I need to speak. People will get tired. So him coming to defend himself and telling and probably reaching out to outsiders and welcoming outsiders more with open arms. Don't blame him. And yet, Marwa will still continue, because every day when one leave, two more came. The space that you guys were holding, don't you see other people there right now? And what that tell you? He's still not even learning his lesson, because the true love in his heart won't even let him be. Did you hear him say the one thing that he's asking his prime minister? Give me a job. Let me be the person who build the roads. The guy's got dreams. He's got ambitions. Building road. If he ever get the chance to build the road, would he be building the road for himself alone? No. It's for all of y'all. When he learned about YouTube, you guys still turn around. When he was away learning about YouTube, you guys still turn around and tell, oh, what? He was dealing this and he was dealing that in Colombia. Even when he was on the streets, you guys laughed and ridiculed. Yet, he learned the trade, brought it home to you guys, gave it so you can fish. But no, instead, it's desecration. I am going to tear him down because he's this and he's that. Who would have known about you guys if it wasn't for I am Marwa? And I don't care, because you guys have a way to come up. Oh, praise he. You guys have a way to all praising, always singing praises to all Marwa. Where would you guys have been? Where would you guys have been? Who would have known anything about damn Nabo Hanse? Eh? Nobody. Nobody would have known about Nabo Hanse. So all I'm saying is, he's giving you guys good advice, because the thumbnail, the clickbaits and using of the old images are going to fade away. People will no longer come to look, because the message is going to be out there, and it's out there that you guys are no longer there. And all he has asked was for you guys to stop using those old images and the thumbnails, because it's clickbaiting and it's fakeness and no such thing. Stop. Just stop. Yes, he may have said some things, because people normally does in real life, and you may have come out to debunk the things, because only you and him know what is true and what is not. But the part about him telling you guys to stop, say, okay, I'm going to stop. All I have to do is just go create my own content without, well, you guys are already creating content, but forget about the foolishness, because everybody don't know, say, oh, no, did they? Come on for that. Anyway, we move. We move. All I'm saying at this point, guys, for those of you who are just coming back, I know you guys were probably watching Zach's live. For those of you who have just coming back, I said some things earlier, and I'm just going to reiterate a little bit. If you should go and watch Gintu's video, in his video, in the last part of the video, where he was saying that if he was a bad person, If he was a bad person, he wouldn't have told Marwa where he purchased fish food. And he's also saying, and most of you might not want to go back to watch, he's also saying that, you know, there is this thing. All he can do with this thing is one drop in the fish tank, in the fish pond, and all Marwa's fishes will be dead. Ginto, I say it again. I say it already, and I'm going to say it again. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah? Check your words. Check your thoughts. Check what you're putting out there, because this social media can come back to nip you in the butt. And what you put on social media can come back to nip you in the butt. And at this point, seriously, you best pray that nothing went go wrong with any one of those fishes. Because even if it had nothing to do with you, you know you're going to be looked at. You're going to be checked out. You're going to be checked out. Yeah? You're going to be looked into. So cautious, brother. I love the fact that you work hard. And you're a hustler. I love that. And up till this point, I still am subscribed to your channel. I never moved. I never left. Yeah? Check yourself. Check yourself. Because when you come in forward to say these things, it can actually lead to some serious implications. You want me? Okay. I was just talking to my daughter, guys. You know, when you have kids home, it's summer. Thank you, Treehouse. Thank you. Because I'm noticing like it's quite a few of us, and it's like half of the people, half of them still did not like the video. Thank you for that. Anyway, in the case of Marwa, I'm gonna say again, just be extremely cautious, because at this point, I'm not really seeing where there are a few good fruits, you know, a few good fruits. You could name them on one hand that actually was born within that village. You can name them on one hand, but the rest, mm-mm, 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 no. And I know that you genuinely would love to see them, because you're still, even though you came out and you defended yourself, you were there still extending the hand of friendship. Who want to forgive, who want to move on, because you're holding no remorse in your heart. I'm like that, you know. Once you see me clear my head, I'm done. But I don't wait all that time. I do not wait all that time. When you cross my border, once you step across the line and you touch a button, I'm gonna come for you. I got to be feeling sick or something, or really just you catch me off guard and I was moving and I couldn't me not have no time to deal with it. But I'm gonna, you best believe that I'm coming back for you. And I'm gonna deal with it, because the longer these things, it messes with your psyche, it messes with you. The longer you keep these things inside. I really don't know how you do it, Marwa. Maybe it's the vast amount of attacks. You probably develop this kind of system whereby you don't approach every attack. But you've waited too long, because a lot of things were done. A lot of things were done. Don't wait this long. Deal with it. And you need is time. I think it's time. I think it's time that you start to sever some ties. I believe it's time that, but you know, I'm saying all of this, but knowing you, knowing the way how you were reared up or you were brought up, huh? Knowing the way how you were brought up, it is hard. Because even me, I could stay here and talk some things and say some things, and somebody come to me, even though me say, I'm not gonna study them, you know, and just look, opening the door and looking outside. The other day, you guys heard me saying that I'm not gonna answer. There was some noise in the background, and I'm saying I'm not answering the person who was outside and did not let my daughter answer because I was kind of tired of how things were playing out. So I just ignored. There's some times when you have to cut off or limit. Limit is the word. Limit yourself. Thank you. You have to limit yourself sometimes. Yeah? You have to limit yourself sometimes. So there's a point where Marwa that you have to draw back, pull back. Eh? There's a point where you will have to pull back. Or going, I call this self-preservation mode. In order to preserve you, preserve your brand, to save yourself. There's a song, who is gonna save you from yourself? It's not like you're saving yourself from yourself. But yes, save yourself from yourself because you're too kind. You're too kind and be too kind. I'm gonna care. People gonna come, oh, he's not kind because then he gives things and he talks about it. But he will talk about it when you're being vindictive and being naive. And everybody does. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? I think at this point, I think I've said a lot. I think I've said a lot. And also in the case of Strongman 254, honestly, that guy never seemed content. I've spoken about this already. That guy never seemed contented. That guy seemed to have been someone who spoke from both sides of his mouth. No, in the Caribbean, when we say somebody speaking from both sides of their mouths, is you're saying one thing, but you're doing another. And I'm saying this because Mara reminded us yesterday that Strongman 254 came and said that, remember, Marwa said that he never called him. Strongman 254 made himself present. And he told him that, well, I don't know. I'm going by what Marwa said. Like I said in the beginning, there are two sides to every story. I'm talking Marwa's side because that's the one I heard. Strongman 254 came to Marwa, as Marwa said, and told him that he would work for him for free. In return, help him to build his channel. Now, in the back of my mind, there were two things. You would see Strongman 254 sitting in a corner sometimes. And honestly, I would think to myself, this guy looks tired. But then you will see him another day and then he will be doing this kind of video, this kind of vlog with this kind of title. And I was like, wait. Is he tired or he's tired of being tired of being tired? Why? Meaning, is he tired, wants to leave, or he's just frustrated because he realized that he's bartered himself into a wrong deal? Pressure, bus, pipe. Pressure, bus, pipe. So when you come in and saying that you come to work for free, get your prerogative straight. Is either you're going to work for free, because watch, it seems like there was a case where he never knew that the workload was that much. And when he got there, and it was too late because he's already agreed to something. Can't pull out himself now. So the true personality starts, because remember, wife home, picnic have to go to school, family have to eat, the money now come in. to the, but Marwa said that subscribers, supporters supported him. He himself, I think he did it on camera at least one time too. Marwa was asking him, "Someone, are you happy?" So it really is that it's not me alone who was seeing the way how he looked, his demeanor. Guys, I'm hot. I'm using a bright light. It's a studio light, very big, and I'm hot. So his demeanor was becoming like more and more weird. His titles, his videos, his content was more and more weird. I was not understanding this guy anymore. So I think that was the same thing that Mara was going through, and it led him to ask him, "Strongman, are you happy? Do you want to go home?" Remember, Mara even brought his wife and kids. And Mara paid his way. So whatever transpired, whatever led um, to him being how he's being, dealing with, I don't know, man, but let me tell you, there's a trend. There's a trend with all of these relationships that Marwa gets himself involved with these people. Right? And there's a picture that is being painted here. And the picture is Marwa is not a good person. But I want you to look at something, guys. Look at this. These people that he's falling out with, aren't they all YouTubers? So what does this tell you? This is telling you, or at least telling me, that the fact that they are YouTubers, they're having some issues, something in mind. The growth process is never easy. Get that in mind, guys. It is never. You see me sitting here. I joined the podcast. I created this podcast in, I think, December last year, December 2023. It became active, like fully active. And I'm still at 1,000 and little bit. Let me take this opportunity to tell you guys, while I'm on subscriber and count, if you are here watching me at this point and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're building the family from the ground up. Must say, it is not easy for you to gain organic subscribers. YouTube Shorts is the quickest way. Negative reaction is even quicker because people gonna come for story. People gonna come for the fish market business. And I don't do that. If I begin to do fish market, the whole only go run away. So me not being a fish seller, not that it's a bad thing. Me being me and being positive as much as I can, I'm going to find it harder to grow faster. So guys, if you've never shared before, share this video. Share this channel. Subscribe to the channel because we are building from the ground up. And I'm saying all of this in a jokey manner, but I am serious. I'm trying to use this as a case in point to let you guys know that those people, all of them that went to Marwa as YouTubers, even though they said they will render their services for free, it's not all of them, but majority of them end up being problematic in the end, being relationships broken. The major issue was because either they felt like they didn't get the collabo that they went for, Marwa didn't give them the time of day, their subscriber count didn't, the subscriber count went up, but they did not do anything to appease their subscriber. A lot of work. You see me sitting here, it's way past the lunch hour, and my daughter is outside. So it's time now even for me to go and find something give this child to eat. And I'm here hustling. Yo, I know one easy road. So guys, you went and you got a silver gold platter. You got flipping subscribers by the masses. You got supporters who came to you, supported you high or low, super chats, helped your families, helped you build you houses or whatever. You guys got support. Yeah? And in the end, what is this? So Marwa sacrificed himself, shared his platform by giving off, introducing you guys to his supporters. And what happened in return? His growth dwindled. Dwindled. You don't think Marwa could have reached 1 million subscribers already? A lot of the negativity from you guys that he helped actually caused him to be stagnant to this day, in the way like trickling growth, trickle, trickle, trickle. Anyways, I have clocked me about 56 minutes, not far from an hour. I think I'm gonna go see if I can make my daughter something to eat. Guys, Marwa, it is time to do it differently. Nobody can hate you. Nobody's gonna hate. Like, if they want to hate, they hate because they're hating you anyways. Whatever you do, they're gonna talk anyways. But in order to protect your brand and to protect your name and your sanity, and for those of you who are around you, your family, your wife, do it different. Do it differently. Gitu has also said that more things are coming. Marwa, Gintu has also said that the people who you have, which you know, are doing and saying some things. Marwa, Marwa, Marwa. It is time to wake up. Wake up. Because as far as I'm concerned, people are in it for the likes, for the growth, for themselves, not for you. Not for you. They're in it because they know that once they hang around, they're going to get sponsors. Even you said that Mama Ann's daughter, or whoever you said the person is, came and asked you to ask Jamaican uncle to sponsor them, and you said no. That is a good way of showing us that you're changing, you're pulling back. And I know honestly that you said no because you've seen how they squandered. And I know that these are, as you said, these are the reasons why they decide to margin off, put up fence, because your mommy having her fence, your mother is now putting up a fence. So they're going to show, oh, you put up fence, you think we can't put up fence too? And the influencers from on the outside. Now, you remember when Congress mom had the accident, and I think it was Ayamasuba one was saying, oh, we were told that it was bad over there. We were told that there was a loud scream and she was being beaten. Yes, the mom was being beaten. Who is the closest neighbor? Who is the closest neighbor? Like right there so. Who could have been bringing out such false story? So if they put up their fence, you can't blame them. They need privacy. And after all, it's a family that is under the radar. And if you're going to be peeping over the fence or looking directly into the yard and coming up with your own conclusion to bring false news on the road, well, the people them have a right to create some kind of privacy. And people just pushing in the gate, coming through fence and coming through all where they want to come to. The people them have a right to do what they want to do. So just because you did not get Jamaican uncle to sponsor you, well, you didn't get Jamaican uncle to sponsor you. You want to put up fence. Who cares? At this point, I don't care. So Marwa has a right to say no because he knows what is happening. We don't know. So when he come out and talk, let us sit down and listen to what he's saying and understand and get that drift. Get a drift. When we're done, we go over this and listen to them story too. And then we analyze. Say what we have to say. Anyways, guys. Yay! Anyways, guys, I've clocked an hour. I had quite a few other streams that I attempted to do. Some of them I will delete. I think I will delete the first one because it's very bad. Or whatever. We'll figure that out. That's the least. But right now, I really want to thank you guys. I've seen that you've liked the live. Thank you. For those of you who may be here, I haven't even read any comments. I guess you guys were probably just hailing each other. I gratitude, blessings. Let me just acknowledge some people. Carolee West, blessings. I see gratitude is Winball, blessings and welcome. Hi, Doreen. Wagwan. Exactly. It's time that the people them take back the reins. Nobody now hold on nobody hand in them pocket and fight them for support. But it's time that people get wise up and choose what you do and choose it wisely. Who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? Treehouse, thank you for being. Thank you, Treehouse. Thank you so very much. Yvonne, blessings. Marwa worked hard for you. Yes, exactly. That is what I'm saying, and that's why I said before. I'm reading Ivan Cummings' comment. Ivan was saying that Marwa, worked for years to build his channel. It's true. And that's why I said earlier, and I'm going to say in closing, I am going to say that Marwa, for future, well, I've seen you're trying, like coming out now, but for future, bro, do not wait until it's gone this bad. Don't wait until the fruit's overripe and drop and mash up. Drop off of the tree and spoil before you come out and defend yourself. Because at this point, it is now looking like you are a reactor. No, don't be the reactor. Be a defender of your brand. Be a defender, a protector of what you work your ass off for. I beg your pardon for my language. You're all grown-ups here. No baby no there. All are we over with 50s and 60 how much. You understand me? So, defend your brand. And do not allow, don't shake the hands of the enemy, laughing with them because they're no good. Then they'll have nothing good in their heart for you. Don't do it for no face. Oh, hi, how are you? Fire. Because they have nothing in their heart for you named love. They don't. You have them at heart, but they don't. And it's time that you get that in your head. And don't let them come to your property with no YouTube cameras because it is conflict of interest. And that actually is the main instigator for all these relationships. All these relationships just chipping one by one and going down into the furnace. So allow them. If they come to work, let them work. No YouTube cameras, you're home. And that is what Rosia was saying. And I don't care who don't like Rosia or want to say this and that. That's your woman. That's your wife to be. That's the mother of your child. And if she put on her foot and say privacy is key, this is my home, not a museum. And if you want the place to be a museum, well, move out. Go buy a house somewhere else, and then you make the house into a museum. But you can't have it as a museum and live inside there and expect privacy. So I understand, good Matata, that that's supposed to be your own name for you and your partner, but it's fine. I'm just trying to refer to you as a humble village boy. You cannot. Yeah, I know you have them at heart, but they don't care. They're in it to win it for themselves. So because they know that People will come to you. They wouldn't stop at nothing to get through that gate, the pearly gates. And once they get through the pearly gates, choo, for hell, to hell with you. I don't care. I don't care. I could film how I want. I could clickbait how I want. And now you becomes the bad one because you told them already, okay, you can film. You can film. But then you're going to say, oh, don't film. Conflict of interest. So they're going to fire back at you. Don't allow this to happen. And it's going to look like you're the worst one because everybody that you're cantankerous and you can't seem to have a friendship that lasts with anybody. That is how it's going to look. But in reality, you are only trying to help and build them up. Just like you always said, you don't feel good if you're winning alone. I love that. But right now, the Bible says use wisdom. And if you do believe there's a creator and there are directions, like if we have a guidebook by the creator, if you believe that, it says there's a point when you have to use wisdom. But people, I'm going to tell you right now, I really enjoyed today's live, because I don't really be here this long. I've tried many attempts. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support, all the conversations, all your inputs. Thank you. All the moderators, special thanks, special thanks. Share the video amongst your communities. You go to other places. Copy the link from not the video, the channel. If you're allowed to share links, share. Growth is a must. In order for us to continue to fight this fight, growth is a must. I need to be moving forward. Now, we've been sitting at this position for a good little while. Growth is a must. Let's continue to do the good work. Thank you guys for your support. And let us continue to encourage Marwa in the right way. In the right way. I always say, if I don't have a positive input, if I can't help you, I don't have nothing to say. If I'm not going to make your life better in any way, me shut my mouth. So this is my way of giving back, of saying, what I think that you can do, my input. It's time to clean up shop and begin to saying that there are things that he's going to come back and say. And it's going to come from the people who you have around you. It no look good, it no sound good, and it is giving trust nobody. Time to lock shop. Time to shut shop. You ever wonder why sometimes people outsource employees? It's because of the contamination from the ones that are local. It comes with a lot of contamination sometimes. So they will outsource. Anyways, guys, time for my daughter to get some lunch. Me gone. Love you guys from end to end. Say more love, more power. Let us continue to stay positive, do the right things. And like I say, please continue to share my channel. Let us build this channel continuously from the ground up. And watch the videos. This is against YouTube still, but I'm going to say, please don't skip the ads. Would you like to see me sit here all this time? And all I get is like 13 cents because I want to skip over the ads then? Come on, guys. We can do this. Yes. Anyway, at this point in time, I'm finally going to say goodbye. I'll see you on the next one. The peace ya lang.